After the destruction of the Heart of Lorkhan and the fall of Dagoth Ur, Morrowind entered an era of uncertain transition. The Tribunal gods, who had ruled the Dunmer for so long, had fallen. Now, the elves of Morrowind had to look to a new future. A future that was well secured by the light of the Nerevarine, the hero who made it all possible. He saved all of Tamriel by stopping Dagoth Ur's plans with the Blight, a deadly poison that could have covered the continent. However, not everyone viewed him favorably. King Helseth, heir to House Hlalu and ruler of Morrowind, saw the hero as a threat to stability. The Nerevarine was in fact the reborn of Nerevar, the ancient leader of the Chimere Wars, the one who had commanded armies and defied gods. His mere existence was enough to divide loyalties and inspire devotion. Soon, ideological disputes arose among the great houses regarding his future role. House Redoran wished to elevate him to military leadership of the entire territory, while House Hlalu, guided by political pragmatism, wished to distance him from the capital. The Ashlanders, in turn, continued to venerate him as the fulfillment of Azura's prophecies, awaiting further signs. As much as the Nerevarine had saved his own people, sooner or later, he realized that his presence among them could create new problems. The thing he hated most was being acclaimed as a god, something he abhorred in Dagoth Ur himself. The gods had been silenced, but the spiritual void left in their place began to slowly erode the people's faith. It was during this period of silence and uncertainty that the Nerevarine began to withdraw from the cities, dedicating himself to meditation and solitude. Among the learned dissident priests, there are records that during this time, the Nerevarine experienced visions sent by Azura, his eternal patron. These visions showed a growing fire in the east, a flame that threatened to reignite the cycle of false gods he had just destroyed. According to these traditions, Azura's call commanded the hero to depart for the other side of the world, towards the forgotten continent of Akavir. When he finally left Morrowind, he did so in silence. He commanded no armies, took no followers, and made no promises of one who would one day return. Only a simple vessel disappeared from the port of Tel Brenora, heading towards the sunrise. From that point on, his presence disappears from the official records of the Empire. Akavir, the continent of dragons, was a collection of empires at constant war. Unlike Tamriel, where mortal races fought for survival before the gods, in Akavir, mortals themselves sought to become gods by warring amongst themselves. The Tang Mo, the monkey people, constantly struggled to survive among the great empires. The Kamal, ice demons, emerged from the northern mountains during the summer and devastated entire villages before retreating into the eternal cold. The Saeschi, serpent warriors and masters of the sword, maintained decaying empires sustained by honor and discipline. And to the south, the Kapo Tun, tiger peoples led by Toshraka, expanded their dominion, burning cities and subjugating smaller peoples. Imperial texts describe Toshraka as a being who had completed his metamorphosis, transforming into a golden dragon, self-proclaimed Son of Akavir. His stated goal was to unite the continent under his rule and then conquer Tamriel. Azura knew this, and she sent her faithful servant to Akavir to put an end to this nascent tyranny. He had fulfilled his mission in Tamriel. Now the time had come to save Akavir. Fortunately, all three other races saw in the Nerevarine a being worth trusting. He possessed vast knowledge, magic, and an impetus to do what was right, even if it meant losing contact with his own homeland. In the days following his arrival, the Nerevarine allied himself with the Tang Mo, the most vulnerable and willing to resist any threat. They were the first people to morally identify with the Nerevarine. He brought with him war techniques learned in Vvardenfell, combining ancient Azura magic with Ashlander guerrilla tactics. Among the Tangmo, his name became synonymous with Liberator of the Ashes. Some Tsieshi deserters, weary of the tyranny of Tashraka's empire, joined him, recognizing in the foreign warrior an aura similar to that of the ancient Serpentine heroes who had fallen in Tamriel ages ago. And surprisingly, even Kamal tribes joined the cause, in exchange for free territories in the north and out of fear of a more powerful race than themselves rising to power. Thus was formed the so-called Alliance of the Four Ashes, an unlikely army that fought not for conquest, but for balance. A combined force was needed to defeat the emerging evil of Akavir. With their combined forces, and led by the Nerevarine, the Alliance advanced against Tashraka's domains. Even though the Alliance held a majority, the Kapotun were skilled warriors, and Tashraka, transformed into a dragon, possessed tremendous power. Gradually, under the guidance of the Nerevarine, the allies began to push back the enemies. The final confrontation took place on the plains of Kapotun, where Tashraka gathered his army in a final defense. In the center, Tashraka and the Nerevarine fought a duel that shook the very veil of magic. After the battle, Tashraka vanished, and the Akavir invasions of Tamriel ceased forever. The Tangmo broke free. The Kamal retreated north. The Sayashi sealed their ports and never sailed to Tamriel again. And the Nerevarine was never seen again. The Ashlanders believe he did not die, but remained in Akavir to watch over the balance between the peoples as Azura's eternal emissary. Others say that Tashraka and the Nerevarine destroyed each other, that the fire of the sun and the light of the moon canceled each other out, preventing the return of any empire to world dominion. For the empire, only the cold record remained that the Nerevarine departed for Akavir and was not heard from again since. But something few know is that among the peoples of the East, some say that on nights when the moon is tinged blue and the horizon is illuminated with golden fire, two spirits still duel beneath the firmament, maintaining the balance between the sun and the ashes.